Hello, my name is Megan, and on behalf of MyStudio, today I'm going to teach you all about attendance within our system. A crucial part of keeping up with your students' progress is tracking their attendance within your system. You can see who is or isn't coming to class, which classes are a little more popular or could use a boost, and you'll be able to help with retention rates by seeing the students who have been missing class for 1 week, 2 weeks, or more, so you can reach out to them and get them back into your studio for class a little sooner. The easiest way to mark attendance is going to be through the attendance check-in portal. This can be found here under Operations, Attendance. This can be done either through a web browser on a computer or on a device, or you can download the Business Management app on a tablet, phone, or other mobile device and use that to mark attendance instead. Both options are great depending on what your needs are going to be. To launch the attendance portal, you're just simply going to click this button. If you're on a web browser, it will launch in a new window. If you are on the app, it will simply open up within the app. This is what the attendance portal looks like. I have mine set to the default settings, but you can adjust the settings and change how it looks for you and for your students. This can be done either back in MyStudio under Settings or in the attendance portal by unlocking the system. Simply put in your regular email and password and unlock. You'll see that you're now logged in as an administrator. The settings setup will be right here for you to adjust as needed. Let's take a quick look at the settings before we go into the actual attendance itself. You can choose to show only active participants or show all participants that you've ever had within your system. You can allow participants to register during attendance check-in for their classes or lock it so that only students who have registered in advance will be able to sign in for class. You can also include drop-in as a class/appointment option, where it logs attendance for the time rather than the specific class. There's also a couple display options here. You can choose to check in students selecting a class time or a participant name first. If you show names first, you'll choose the name then the class. Classes first, you choose the class and then the name. You can also choose how to display participant names by either showing all, showing only students that registered in advance, or showing no names at all, so it's a search-only function. I do recommend this option if you're going to have students sign themselves in, since it's a little easier for them to type their name rather than try and scroll through the whole student body. You can also choose how class times will be displayed, either by showing all, showing only classes within a specific time, or showing only drop-in as the class appointment. If you do not include drop-in as a class appointment option, you will not be able to select this as the display option. But the drop-in only is an option if you want to do attendance a little bit quicker. So no one has to choose any classes, they simply click their name and they're automatically signed in as drop-in. You can also choose how much information you want to display for each student. Our system will automatically show their name and which program they're registered for so that you can easily see that when you're checking them in for class, but you can choose to add their birthday, their membership option, their rank, and their progress towards their next belt level with attendance. From the unlocked screen, you can also choose to change which day you are checking in for attendance. So if you need to backlog attendance for multiple students, this is a great option, allowing you to select a date earlier in the week, earlier in the month, or even earlier than that and check in the students as needed. You can also choose to visit a particular day, and you will see all the students that were checked in for that day. When you're fully ready to go, you can always lock it again, so that students are able to use the check-in portal to check themselves in without making any adjustments to your settings within the system. Now that we've got your settings all squared away, let's take a look at the actual check-in portal. As you can see, I have it set up so all the names are displayed. I can scroll through by clicking a specific letter, by last name, or I can simply scroll through as needed. To check in a student, simply click their name, select the class you want to register and check them in for, and you'll receive a check mark letting you know that it was successful. If a student has multiple membership or trial options, you'll have to choose which program you want to assign the attendance to before proceeding. Then you'll be able to, as normal, choose the class that they are registering for. If a student is already registered for a class, you can go ahead and cancel their check-in by simply clicking Cancel Check-in. And if a class is full, You will see that it is grayed out, and it will tell you that you can no longer log any attendance for that class as it won't accept any more registrations. This is based on the capacity check that you put when setting up the actual class itself. So if this is something you need to adjust, you'll just need to update the actual class setup. There are a couple warning messages that I do want to show you that you may get for some of your students. If a student is trying to check in for attendance with a trial that has already expired, you will get a warning message. This will not allow the student to check in for class because their trial is no longer within its active time period because it's already reached its end date. To fix this, you'll need to go to your All Customers section and move the student's end date so that they are still live, and then you'll be able to mark attendance for them. Another message you may get is if a student has an unpaid balance with you. If you try to sign them in for class, you'll get a message that the transaction cannot be completed due to an unpaid balance. You can fix this message by, again, unlocking the system so that you're logged in as an administrator. Now, if you try to log attendance for that student, you'll be prompted that they have an unpaid balance, but you can override that and continue to sign them in anyway. So now the student is marked for attendance. You can view students' attendance by going to All Customers, Program, and clicking on a student's name. Under their program registration details, you'll see the option for attendance, and you'll be able to see all the days they came to class, both here on the calendar and their attendance history log. If you need to backlog any attendance for this student, simply click Log Attendance, choose the date that they came to class, choose the program you wish to apply the attendance to, choose to log by class or appointment or by time, and if you chose class/appointment, you can go ahead and choose the class. Now the attendance shows up on the calendar and in the attendance history, so you've updated that student. The final place that we can log attendance is under Operations Class/Appointment Calendar. This is going to show you the rosters for all your registrations with classes. This does automatically add students as you log their attendance in the portal, so you can also backtrack to an earlier date or month and see exactly which students attended that class. You can choose any date on the calendar, and the dates will proceed from there. You will also be able to see if any students were not marked for attendance, despite having signed up for the class in advance. If you need to, you can update the attendance for everyone in the class all at once. Simply click Update Attendance, match any students that do not connect to an existing membership, likely because they signed up with a different email address than their existing membership, and choose whether or not you wish to log attendance for certain students. When you have your list fully ready to go, simply click Log Attendance, and attendance for all of the participants will automatically get marked and added to their account. Just as a minor note, you will not be able to do this for classes in the future, only today's classes and classes in the past. But this is a great, easy way to go ahead and log attendance for all your students, especially if you have them all register in advance, and you can quickly just add attendance for everybody all at once. Attendance is super important, and keeping up with it and making sure it's accurate is really going to help you with numbers and retention and keeping in contact with your students. We do offer automations based on attendance, including We Miss You emails, allowing our system to automatically email, text, in-app message, or create tasks for you based on students who have attended 0 times. We also have Attendance Champion templates available to you, so you can send out messages to students who attend a certain number of classes, like 50 or 100, to congratulate them, and upgrade automations based on their attendance. So keeping track of the attendance and making sure it's as accurate as possible is really going to help you with these automations and making sure they're going out to the right students at the right time and helping keep everything flowing really well with your school. If you have any additional questions about attendance, how it works, what else you can do, feel free to either check out the little eye icon here on attendance to watch videos, or contact our chat support team to get some additional assistance. We're happy to help, and we really want to make sure that you know how to use your attendance system to the fullest potential. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great rest of your day.